Yeah, we're back on the monster vector to create some tentacles for our monster, and what we're going to do is we're just going to simply draw some tentacles and we're going to attach them to the monster. So I'm going to use a simple tool like a pencil tool. You could definitely use other tools like more complicated tools like the pen tool. You could use some other tools, but anyways, it's a really easy tool to use. It's just kind of like a freehand tool. If you have a tablet, that'd be great. I'm not really too worried about how these tentacles look at first. There is a way to fix the way that they look. Okay, I'm going to flip-flop the colors. Sorry, I'm going to grab the eyedropper tool and steal the colors from the original, from the head of the monster that we did earlier, so it has the same fill and the same stroke as the head. It doesn't necessarily matter if things match up or if your tentacles look really terrible like mine do, because we can use the pencil tool as an editing tool. When this shape is selected, you can go near the line to clean that line up a little bit. You can use inside of the pencil tool, there's something called the smooth tool that allows you to smooth out and simplify the tentacles. It smooths out the lines. You can also adjust individual anchor points by using the direct selection tool, and you can move individual anchor points in handlebars until it looks the way you want it to. So obviously this is going to take some time for me to fix the tentacles and make them look exactly how I want to. So I'm gonna take a minute to do that. So I'm gonna hit pause. I'll be right back. Alright, so I was just using the pencil tool as an editing tool, a little bit of blending tool, and just moving some stuff around to get my tentacles to look the way that I wanted them to. I could spend so much time continuing to work and to get those things perfect, but these ones will do for now. So I'm going to select both of those items now that I have those produced. They're sort of overlapping a little bit. You can see how they're overlapping a little bit. And I'm just going to use the shape builder tool to click and drag, and it goes across all three shapes, and then eventually those shapes get combined into one shape. Everything kind of looks like it disappeared, but it did not. It actually, when it grouped those things together, when it melted those shapes or combined those shapes together, it just moved the entire new gigantic shape to the top of the stack. So it's covering everything up. So all I have to do is arrange, send it back. Everything else comes back to life. I'm gonna, now what I want to do is I want to add some details. Since I made these tentacles, if I imagine that they're kind of like coming up, there might be like suckers on the bottom of them like an octopus would have. So I'm going to use the ellipse tool, and I'm going to create a couple of suckers on the bottom of these pads. So I'm going to be making some ellipses like this, and then I'm going to be spinning them by selecting them and spinning them, placing them like suction cups, and kind of working with the size of them as well. I can eventually, what I wanted to do kind of is have a bit of a thicker stroke on those. What I can also do is let me undo that. A different way to get that sort of illusion would be to create, you can create circles and then have the stroke sort of offset by using the uniform options here, and that will kind of give it the illusion of that sort of like 3D look that you might be looking for. And another thing that I can do as well is I can make a copy of this circle now. So I can copy and paste that directly on top using Control F. I actually take away the stroke and make this a little smaller, and then choose a darker color for it. So That's how I would maybe make some stylistic little sucker things. Yeah, so I'm gonna go about like just copy and pasting this, and then just putting a bunch of them on the underside of this tentacle. So I'll be back. All right, so I just got done copy and pasting some of those little suction cups. Remember, those are just made out of a couple of ovals. One where the stroke is offset a little bit, and then one that's like a darker circle inside of that. So I just copy pasted that and kind of rotated a little bit to be on the underside of some of these tentacles. I imagine that these tentacles, you don't get to see the suction cups, so I didn't put them on those. The last thing that I'm going to do for this guy is I'm going to give him a little bit of a chin. I just thought there was too much like negative space, and there's no like indication that like his body ends and his tentacles begin. So I wanted to give him a little bit of a chin. I'm actually going to steal, I stole these little lines that I did underneath the eyes to give a little bit of like bags under the eyes. We made it earlier. I stole it, I copy pasted it and put one underneath the horn. I put a little circle underneath the horn, or a little oval underneath the horn, and then I added this little guy right here. I'm going to use that same little shape. That is, I guess I grouped it also. I'm going to ungroup it. I'm just going to select that little curvy shape that I made, or that curvy line that I made, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. And I'm just going to put that down here as a chin now. So that repetition is going to be, I think, a nice touch, and it's going to create sort of like a chin. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Hold down Shift, or hold down Shift and Alt at the same time to keep it centered. I'm going to copy and paste it again, because this guy is going to have a nice little double chin. This double chin is going to be bigger. And I am happy with the way that it looks. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to file save. And later on, I'll show you guys how to make some text so you can add this guy to a creepy, cute monster Halloween card. I hope you enjoyed it. Later.